Hey, 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 ho, ho, low, low. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-bum. It's almost Christmas time, don't you know? It's the month of December.
It's
Dun,
not.
dun, dun,
Wait, is it?
dun. It's
Oh, it
the
is.
month of the... Hey, hey, hey.
Oh my god,
It's
I'm
the
so
month
bad
of
at time.
December.
I'm
Yeah.
so bad at time.
It's almost
November
Christmas
flew by,
time.
man. Didn't it?
We're really good at this show business thing, huh? Yeah. I mean, it's November just like a thief in the night, escaped with quickness. Um,
Bars.
you're so close. Like you're...
I want to be so close.
Okay, well,
Listen,
then
could
I'll
it be
turn the
loud?
mic down.
No! Don't do that. I want to be loud.
Okay.
Everyone should hear me better than they should hear you.
Well, that's just not true.
See, but I hear your voice better than I hear my voice.
That's because I have a nicer voice than you.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Why? My voice? What's wrong with my voice? Hello, dearie. Don't you know the news is here? The Lord God, our Savior,
think it's
is
gonna snow
born
soon?
on Christmas Day.
I'm hoping.
Can we become a Christian conservative podcast?
How? I feel like I would be really bad at that.
Can we please?
Do you believe in God?
Yes, because my mother's watching. I'm just kidding. Of course I do.
Then I think we should definitely become. Oh my God!
A Christian conservative podcast.
Look at my earrings.
And they're Christ-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On brand.
Yeah. I'm just
So-
so glad Jesus was born on December 20th. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was too far.
Why?
It wasn't too far, especially because it's good news. It's the good news. This bit's gone on for too long. Welcome back to another episode of Who Is With Ross Oteri. My name is Ross Oteri. I'm joined here by Maydha Sood. And we are your new Christian conservative podcast hosts. Today we'll be talking about abortion. Go ahead, Maydha. What do you think?
It's a thing.
Don't you believe life
It's a
starts
thing
at
that
conception?
For sure.
I'm sorry.
It's
I don't know
what
if this could
happens
stay.
when-
We're not
I don't know. I don't know if this could stay.
This is why we need a Terrafun podcast.
Yeah.
I think we should follow the moral teachings of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's my hot take, guys.
Okay. No, serious matter though. It's come to my attention that people think that we are dating.
I do not believe in dating. I simply believe in marriage.
Well, okay.
I am not Christian.
Trad wife woman.
I believe in religion.
Are you
and
like? Are you
God.
gonna be like Usha Vance?
Ew. Yes. Yes.
Big ups to Usha
I-
Vance. Can't wait for that divorce. Shotty, come hit me up when it's time. I'm gonna be a great stepfather to them children.
Okay. I want to move on.
It's
I don't want to think about Usha Vance.
it's come to my attention that people think that we are dating, and I want
Mm-hmm.
to clear things up strongly and strictly.
No,
to say
can I
that we
say
are
his things
not.
first because I don't know what he's gonna say. We're not. We won't be.
I know, and that's what I wanted to make sure.
No, but I never know what you're gonna say.
See, now that you've interrupted me, it sounds worse.
What sounds worse? No, you might just make things up and then I'm just
It's
like,
good content. It's good content.
I don't care. My reputation is on the line, so I get in the first word.
Okay. Well, can you clarify to the people that we are not dating?
I already did that. We're not dating.
Okay. Now, why the thought was there in the first place still confuses me. Because if someone had said, it seems like you guys hate each other.
Yeah.
In fact, they wouldn't even be too wrong. I think it's closer to wanting
like
to murder each
disdain.
other
Yeah, just like pure
to
disdain.
dating because yeah, I think it was just important to come on here. And if you thought that we were, please send us a message at Valinov, or sorry, This is
Who
also
is with Ross Oteri on Instagram,
yeah.
or email us at valonofmedia@gmail.com
Yeah.
and tell us why.
Yeah. Please
We
tell
want
us
to know.
or like send a voice message, and if you send a voice message, we'll probably play it on the show.
You can text us individually.
Yeah. Well, no, not me. You can text her. You can access her.
You can text both of us individually.
No,
Spam Ross.
I'm a busy guy.
Ugh,
You know,
Adam.
it's hard to get access to me. You know, but her, she has nothing going on. She'll probably just be at the bar somewhere, so she'll answer right away.
I'm, I'm trying so hard not to crash out.
Why? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh, baby needs a
Um,
shot. Baby needs a
I
shot
don't
of
think you
absinthe.
deserve to know the details of my life anymore.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Why are you about to crash out?
I just have a lot going on.
Mm. Is it something that you would like to share on air?
I just have 2 papers due tonight, man. Like, I'm stressed.
Oh.
I procrastinated.
Mm-hmm.
I slept for 3 hours. I woke up at 7 a.m. I started working. And then after working for 3 hours, I took a nap, and then I woke up, and then I had to come here, and then I was late, and then I was like, what even is the point of anything anymore? Now I have to go back. Also, I haven't eaten. All I had was a cup of coffee. It's just been too long since I've eaten, slept. That's it.
Yeah. You know what would help?
I don't want to know. I don't think I want to know. I feel like this is going to be a jab at something
No,
that I
no.
don't want to hear about.
No. I feel like if you just, I don't know, got a 6-pack,
I knew it.
maybe White Claws, help you write, you know, just sippy. Type, sippy.
I refuse to. Oh, I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment rights.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Fifth Amendment. I'm not even sure.
Since you have the right to stay silent, I think I should go ahead and introduce our guest. This gentleman is a good friend of mine who has a perspective coming from background in math, a little bit of science, a little bit of finance, well-rounded individual. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Aditya Chatterjee. All right, let's get into it. Aditya Chatterjee.
That's right.
How's that pronunciation?
Pretty good. Solid 8 out of 10.
How do I get to a 10?
Be Indian.
Can I convert?
To being an Indian?
Mhm.
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah, run it through my mom first, and
Is
we
she
can make it happen.
Is she queen of the country?
She is the queen, yeah.
Okay, word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aditya, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We always start the show with one question. Who are you?
So, my name is Aditya, or Adi. I'm a 4th-year math and computer science major at UBC. I also like to
Wrestling.
cuddle aggressively with men.
In case you're an audio only viewer, wrestling or cuddling aggressively, as you described.
Yeah. One of my many favorite hobbies.
Mhm.
But I think I like to think of myself as just somebody who's, taking one step at a time when it comes to just everything in my life. It's better to climb a ladder one rung rather than trying to ascend it all at once. And I think that just applies to a lot of things, my day-to-day life.
Mm.
Just take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start from the
So how'd
top.
you get into wrestling?
Yeah, so, what I used to play football in high school, and our assistant coach, he was a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I remember, during, the season when I stopped playing football, we had a self-defense, course that we had to, take as part of credit, right? And it was, think of, those, large mat rooms right? And one time I was walking out, I see my coach lying with like this dummy. It's probably like this like 200-pound like grappling dummy. He like grabs it by like the waist and then like slams it over his head to the ground. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And then I was like asking him like, are you like, are you
Are you
good?
Batman?
Are you Batman?
Yeah, yeah,
Or are you training to like kill Batman?
yeah.
And then like, I mean, I had some knowledge about like grappling, but like I didn't. And I guess like in India, it's like wrestling is kind of like a pretty big thing, but it's like they just don't get as much funding. So it's like pretty hard to like find like a decent school, right? Or like a club. So and then he was teaching the self defense class, so we learned some like jujitsu, um, just like basic like arm bars, and that's when I got my first dislocation here. I was sparring with a guy. He was probably like a brown belt or something, and I'm just like this teenager. He like grabs me like an Americana, and then I can feel my arm just like pop back.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And the funny thing about a dislocation is it doesn't hurt you like you would like burn your hand or something. You just kind of not feel anything. And then you sit up and you realize, wait, I don't feel anything.
Mm-hmm. It's like
I can literally not feel my arm right now. It's all numb.
you try and high five someone, it's just like,
I can't even like lift my arm up. It's literally like, and then I look down, I see my like shoulders already like warped,
oh Lord.
like off. And my like coach comes back, right? Like the jujitsu guy. He like grabs my shoulder and just pinches us back in. And then all of a sudden it's like I can just like move it again.
You're like a Bucky from the Winter Soldier. Just
Yeah.
click that shit
Yeah,
back in.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm very confused right now. Are you actually Batman?
So wait, that happened to you in the same shoulder 4 times?
No, so this one was one time and this one was 3 times.
Okay,
Do
so
you
you
feel like aftershocks?
Like aftershocks?
Like, does it now just like pop out and then you have to pop it back in?
So that's kind of what happened. Like so basically after I started wrestling more, the thing is like so wrestling is a lot more intense than jujitsu. So there's a lot of motion that's kind of puts a lot of pressure on your anterior like front delts. Anything that's like either you're shooting for a takedown or you're like going for like a snap down. So it's like a lot of pressure goes on your shoulder. And what tends to happen is like if you don't warm up properly, or like sometimes you do warm up, it just like it can just like literally slide off, right? So I for that reason I had to like go to rehab. So here at UBC, like they have like a great like physiotherapy center. So my like PT, like she put me in this like insane like program. You had to do like a bunch of like band stretches, and basically that was me for the whole of this summer, was just to like recover. And then I was like telling my coach, can I go back in?
hmm
I was like, yeah, it's gonna take like a few months, but if I just like come in once or twice. And he's like, no, you gotta chill out.
Yeah, I mean, oh, was there one time when you dislocated it where it was like especially frustrating?
Yeah, I think that would have to be like this, if I'm not wrong, this February, or the one before that. We were training for a competition, and I like dislocated in the middle of practice, and that really frustrated me just because I didn't get like much of a chance to like actually like train during the summer because I was working like on my internship. So I thought that okay, if I just like I guess I would have time to like compete this fall, because I think, let me see, I think they had an Alberta Open. So I think last time they went to UFA, if I'm not wrong. But I couldn't go to that one because I like just like freshly dislocated it, and it was at a point where it kind of like it wore out my confidence as well, because if you do something you've been working really hard towards, and it's like every time you step in you kind of have this feeling, oh, it might dislocate again. It kind of like it really hurts your self confidence. um so I think like for this term, I was trying to like really, I had to hold myself back. That's the most frustrating thing that can happen is like you can't really go all in.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
one
I
thing
know
that you care
exactly
about.
what you mean.
Yeah.
I have a history of just like twisting my ankle. So now every time I walk, I'm like, yeah, I'm
Exactly.
gonna twist my
Yeah.
ankle. It's definitely the same thing as like being in a high intensity sport. Just like being afraid to walk.
See, some people really do combat sports, wrestle, box,
Mhm.
cauliflower ears,
Mhm.
made of walks,
Mhm.
and gets injured. Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, walking is like
a high
Oh, yeah.
risking my
combat
life.
Yeah,
sport.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
gets worse when you're older because you guys know Ronnie Coleman, right? He's
Mhm.
like he's like a very like professional bodybuilder.
It's like if you took me and then you attached like an air pump into me.
Yeah,
and
no,
went
it's
like
just
a
like
thousand
Ross,
times.
but like bald and like expanded and
Yeah, yeah.
like in his prime, Ronnie Coleman was squatting like 800 pounds for reps,
Reps,
insanely strong, but
I don't know how much that is.
eight
like
I mean,
hundred
like
pounds.
kilograms.
It's like
400.
half a car.
Yeah, pretty
Half a
much
car.
Yeah,
insane. I think he did 3 reps on that.
yeah.
But you look at him now, he's like walking on a crutch, and it's like, it's kind of sad to see him as that, right? Because to see a man this strong, but like in his like, as he got older, like, he was using a lot of steroids,
Mm-hmm.
right? It just like, it was sad to see him that way because it was just like, he just looked like
All the injuries catched up to
it
him.
caught up to him. Yeah, yeah,
Same thing with Arnold though. Like Arnold, you can see him now. He's still like pretty in shape for a
yeah,
person his age. He's in like his 70s and he looks like he's in his 60s or
yeah,
50s. But like still, you can see the wear and tear on his body.
yeah.
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 And I mean, it's important, like, to, when I say to take it one step at a time, it's really important that, like, fitness as a whole, like, if we're just talking about, like, just weightlifting or, like, combat sports, it's a lifelong journey, right? It's just, like, it doesn't sit right to me that you work really hard and then you end up using, like, steroids or, like, you try to, like, enhance yourself. But, like, you're taking away progress from your future, right? You're, like, running more health risks. Whereas if you just start small and you just do that consistently, I think that's the best formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was your internship at?
So this summer I worked at an investment bank. So it was funny enough, it was remote because my study permit was just soon to be expired, so I'd applied for an extension. And when you apply for an extension, you can't leave Canada. So I had to contact my team that, hey, I'm gonna have to like stay like here. I can't like fly back. It was like based in London,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, it's like all right, like we'll send you all the assignments. So the whole summer I was just at Wayne Dean's. I would just like do like my assignments, wake up like at 8 9 p.m., do more assignments, log in on meetings. Yeah, very interesting.
I mean, at least it's the summer, so you're still waking up when the sun's out.
Yeah, I was like practically like a night owl. I used to go home at like 3 4 a.m., wake up at like 11 a.m.
Because you're also doing everything in like London time.
Yeah, it was like it was bizarre.
Yeah. Finance as a field. You've worked there. This isn't your only internship in the finance.
Yeah, so
field.
I like it's funny because I worked 2 internships. So one was in like a corporate strategy team. Right now I'm doing a co-op, which is kind of like it's kind of like a blend between like you're working with a finance team is mostly the tech side, so something more in like data analytics. So I kind of get a lot of assignments in like like building out like a pipeline or like the actual infrastructure to get like data out, whether it's like through the internet. So like you would make something called like a scraping algorithm, and a lot of it is because the companies that we're working with are usually private, right? So they don't really have like annual reports that are available. So you usually have to use the internet to try to figure out, like, estimate like a valuation for them. Like, one example would be to look at their, if it's like a, I don't know, if it's like a paper company, right? You would look at, well, how much are they selling like each like box of paper, and then compare that with like a company that's already public and that you already have data available for,
Right.
and you just like kind of like get like a estimate of how much it would possibly be worth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do like certain, see, finance is a broad field, right? So I think a lot of people, they try and tend to go for something that's really sexy like investment banking or private equity, and they think that's all of finance, but there's a lot of like niche um subgenres that
What's the niche subgenre that you're kind of interested in?
so definitely like the the marriage between finance and tech. There's a lot of, if you really want to go in the weeds, quantitative, um, algorithmic trading is extremely. I guess I would say it's like not as niche. Like nowadays, it's becoming more popular with like AI, and a lot of people in math and computer science also gravitate towards this like career path. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff that's been happening at like hedge funds or like prop trading shops where they use a lot of math and statistics to try to like build like a trading strategy. And a lot of the math they use is very obscure. Like,
Mhm. Like, I know about quants, and when I say I know about them, I mean I know I've heard it.
yeah,
Like, and I know I've heard that it's like very tough and competitive as well.
yeah,
Or I
yeah.
guess is that just finance in general?
I think that that could be finance in general. I guess in Canada especially, right? Finance is not really as big as it is in the US, mainly because a lot of the financial like assets are centered around real estate. So here in Canada, real estate is like your golden goose, and a lot of money is put into real estate mainly because if you're like a homeowner and let's say there's a certain supply of houses, it's more feasible for you to renovate that house every year, and then bid it at a higher price rather than to just sell it um, as it is, right? So I think one problem, and this kind of ties into like the housing crisis as a whole in Canada, is that like a lot of Gen Z and younger guys like you and me, we
And Maida.
and Maida, we're not able to compete um, against our cost of living with the current housing prices. It's just because that if you keep renovating the houses, the supply actually doesn't change, right? You don't really aren't incentivized to build more houses.
But the value's going up on it.
Values going up, prices are like climbing, and especially newcomers that are, you know, trying to like start a life here, it's for them is especially like challenging.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they are making efforts
They
to
are.
solve
Oh,
the housing
yeah.
crisis, especially since Carney came into power.
They definitely are. And I think that's kind of like one of the hopeful things. One thing that I'm looking forward to is that this might revert it, but it's like, you know, over the past decade in the Trudeau administration, there's just a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
So,
And there's not really too much of an incentive to solve it because it seems like a lot of people are like banking on their house
yeah,
to retire.
yeah,
Yeah, but you want the land, right? The the problem is not the house itself. Like you can get a
Yeah.
house, whatever.
yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
if someone buys the land, breaks down the house, and then develops a condo, that's more houses,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is what's already happening, especially in Vancouver. Like, rent prices are already going down. Just no.
Bitch. Sorry. Rent prices dropping.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get me a 2-bedroom condo, put my feet up on the glass, and say,
They're not dropping
Huh?
so vastly that you can afford them.
"What do you mean? Oh, just me?
Yeah, just
I
Yeah,
can't
like
afford
you
just you in
specifically
particular.
I can't afford
cannot afford them.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
What's the average like for like a one bedroom in downtown?
2K?
I don't know.
Two and a half, 2K.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2.5,
Um,
2.
I think it's gotta be more.
It's gotta be
2K
more.
is like a studio.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
No, it's
I like how quiet it just got.
that's like
It's like someone
the
died.
existential dread kicks
Yeah.
in every now and then.
That
But
so for all of you listeners and watchers who just that was the witnessing Gen Z dread just set into the room. It was the.
you guys hear about the Gen Z stare?
Mhm.
It's like I guess it's like a trend on TikTok, but
Yeah.
it's like a bunch of like, retail workers or like Gen Z people working like food services. They are always told that they aren't seen as presentable, or they don't really seem as kind because they kind of have like a
They
blank
have that.
stare.
It's because people. Oh, I'm sorry. I get upset
Like,
because I do this.
yeah.
I do this. It's like when someone is doing something so stupid, and and you're in a position where you can't really call them out for being stupid. You just have
Yeah.
to go. Mm-hmm.
It's like do we like have to spell it out for like people that like Gen Z is we're struggling. Thank you.
I think it's also the officification of our generation.
Yeah.
What's ossification?
Office.
Oh,
The
office.
Officification.
Officification.
Okay.
Officification.
Why?
Interesting.
What is that?
What does that mean, officification?
Like, you know how in the office they'll stand at the
Oh, this is a word you came up
Oh.
with.
Yeah.
Oh, like from the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
the office.
Yeah.
Ification.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
okay,
like
I see.
ossified.
No.
Ossified.
Yeah,
No.
Rossified.
rossified. Yeah, it's like we move around like there's a camera on us at all times because
Yeah.
there is.
It's Fleabag.
Yeah.
We're all.
I think that might be the reality
Mhm.
eventually. Like
No, I think it for sure is already.
I think streaming really changed that into like everyone nowadays, like if you ask like younger generations, what do they want to be? Either they want to be like an influencer or like a streamer or like because they see that as like where the money is, right?
Yep.
But like you look at, you know, kids in China or like other parts of like Asia or in the world, they're really trying to hammer the idea of like, you can have a career in like being an astronaut or an engineer or like I think this is kind of like related to this whole cultural war that's been going on between like the US and like the other parts of the world is that like we're not really we're not emphasizing careers like we used to. Like you go to college, you gain a degree, you gain like skills and experiences, and you can become somebody. Rather, nowadays, it's shifted into becoming here's a way you can get rich quickly. Start like a streaming like platform, go on OnlyFans.
Sorry, what? Start a what?
Start a podcast.
Well, I think I can ask you this question
Mhm.
because you grew up in India
Mhm.
and also spent some time over here in North America. How have you seen it, the comparison and like the mentalities between the two people when it comes to stuff like this?
Yeah, good question. Definitely think that nowadays, a lot of younger people in India are emulating what they see online, and I mean, a lot of like Western culture is now like broadcasted on the internet, right? And ever since like Hollywood has been doing that for decades, right? But I think the internet and like well, TikTok is banned in India, but Reels like on Instagram, there's a lot of I guess I will say there's a lot of colorful perceptions of Indians on the
Racist.
internet.
Yeah, racist ones.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I sometimes have to tell myself like this is just like the internet, right? Like people are racist on the internet, but lately it's
It's-
come to my attention.
It's the eye of Sauron has turned towards the Indian subcontinent and said, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, you're all one, number one,
Yeah.
and you're all
Yeah. No, and
fill in the blank.
it's like I don't know. It's kind of like they're trying to bring out like the absolute worst of India on the internet, and they like really, really try to like show like absolute like dirtiest parts.
It's like if you told everyone America was just Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I guess because India is so rich in culture and it has such a deep history. The sad thing is, even in our youth, like the Indian youth, we don't really seem to learn about that in great detail. And instead, it's kind of just become like, how do I become like an American, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like awkward just to not have like a core identity. And when you see on the internet, everyone like calls you like a Pajit. That's like the word they use, right? They like call you like a Pajit, or like they say like you eat like shit and like you drink like cow piss. It kind of really hits you as like, am I just like an outsider? Like, why am I being attacked? Like, why am I in particular being attacked?
Yeah.
It's like a.
I mean,
I don't
I
know.
feel like I should
Do you have something to say about
the
this?
other resident
Um,
Indian in the
I
room.
know what you mean when you say that they definitely showcase the worst parts of it. Like all the funny viral reels that you'll see
Yeah.
from India are just like the dumbest things you've ever seen in
Yeah.
your entire life.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any racism per se.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really use TikTok, and I think the Instagram algorithm is a lot tamer than what you would see on TikTok.
Mm.
at
I was
least
gonna
for
say
me.
the opposite.
Yeah. The
Really?
Instagram has gotten a lot worse.
The Instagram
I'm
algorithm
not
is
gonna lie, most
cooked.
of my Instagram.
Or maybe that's just us.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Most of my Instagram is just text posts. Like it's
Mm.
just a blank, like it's just a
interesting.
colored page with some dumbass text written on it,
Yeah.
and that's mostly what I consume.
You guys remember that one time that Instagram just sent gore
Mm-hmm.
on like everyone's, like
I didn't have
everyone.
that.
I got like a bunch of texts from my friends, and they were like, "Dude, I saw like a guy literally get his like throat cut off
Yeah.
on
wa-
my reel."
I
When
watched-
was this?
This was in like not September.
a
like,
while.
re-
This was it was a couple months ago.
A couple of months ago,
Yeah.
I guess like last term.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was sick. I watched
It
a person
was-
get ran over by a car.
Yeah.
And I, like watched.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lion maul a guy, like
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
And these were like the okay. Like imagine if you're
Yeah.
a kid.
these were the
tamer ones. Yeah, because people were mentioning like bait, like stuff with
Oh,
babies
no,
getting
like-
hurt, and
yeah, like some like dark web
yeah.
footage just on your Instagram.
I think they said it was a problem with their content moderation. Like there was a glitch.
Some people said it was like a conspiracy that like they're trying to like
normalize.
it. Yeah, I don't know. It was like really bizarre.
Yeah. Speaking of bizarre, I kind of did want to shift the conversation towards artificial intelligence.
Let's do it.
Because it's also one of your interests. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's the right word to
Interest.
yeah. I don't know, because you've done some stuff with AI. Is that accurate to say?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of like there are a lot of cool courses at UBC that offer like. There was one that I took. It was like a linear algebra class, but we kind of like worked with Python,
Mhm.
and there was this one lab that we did. It was kind of like, if I remember it right, it was like you like generate like a picture, using like matrices, right, and like eigenspaces and like all that bullshit, and it was like a very surface level application to how generative AI, like how pictures are created. For those who don't know, AI is, when I mention like large language models or like generative AI, it's kind of like an umbrella term for anything that takes in a prompt and then creates an output. So that could be anything from like a text or like an image and video. And the way it works is just, if I had to summarize it, it's linear algebra on steroids. So
Interesting. I've never heard it described that way.
yeah, so it's like, so when you use ChatGPT, right? The way it like figures out what it needs to output is through a probability distribution. So it kind of like tries to see what's the next best outcome, based on whatever it is that you input it, right? So for example, if you wanted to find like a recipe to make a paella, like it takes everything it knows about paella and recipes and tries to generate like the next best fit.
Does it do that word by word?
They used to do it word by word, so that's called, I think it's called backpropagation. I might be wrong, but they used to like actually take it word by word, and then in 2017, I think Google created like this new model. I think it's called a transformer. Like, it's much more dynamic. Like I think they were able to take a lot more data and compile a lot of combinations to create like a more accurate result. So I don't know. It's like AI and machine learning are very fascinating fields. I just don't like that people are now they're starting to lose their creative touch as a result of it. And I don't know, we're kind of like heading towards a pretty bleak future now with especially with like cinema and art as a whole.
Well, I was thinking about this actually on the way here about like the use of AI. And to me, it seems like there's this idea of like bullshit jobs,
Yeah.
right? Which are like the office jobs that really shouldn't exist, that
Mhm.
kind of just exist. And the, like economy low key relies on
Exactly.
them as well.
Yeah.
Um, where those jobs seem to be trying to justify themselves by cutting out jobs that are more important through the use of AI, you know?
Yeah.
The non bullshit jobs.
Yeah.
And it's like especially when it comes to like art that can't be done by a machine or shouldn't be done by a machine because it doesn't have a human touch.
Mm.
Um, where it kind of would make more sense for like higher like middle management and like especially executive roles to be done by AI
Oh yeah.
because it's kind of just decision making,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. If anybody should be replaced, it's a CEO.
Yeah.
But that's a that's an unpopular opinion.
But the
Yeah.
CEO's job is literally like to make decisions based off of data.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess like the way we're seeing the market as a whole right now, it's an employer's market, right? So
Mhm.
there's a vast supply of people that are seeking jobs, but there aren't enough to cater to everyone. The reason is that you have three categories of people. You have new grads, people in like mid career, like 3 to 5 years of experience, and then you have very senior people. So that's like your CEOs and very high level employees. Because the cost of living has kind of pushed people away from retiring early, right? They need to stay in their company longer to kind of like make amends because nowadays companies don't pay pensions.
Yeah.
That's a very old
Fashion,
tradition. They
yeah.
used to do that like for people who like retired.
Mhm.
They don't do that anymore. So
They kind
as
of
a
push people towards 401ks and
yeah,
Roth,
and
Roths.
like 401ks, it's just the rate at which they grow, it's not going to catch up to your cost of living, especially if you live in like a high cost area like
Mhm.
Vancouver or like New York. So people in the senior level, they're still working. Now, the people in the middle, like 3 to 5 year bracket, they are struggling to get promoted to the senior level.
Because those spots are being filled
Spots
still.
are being filled,
Yeah.
and they're the target for layoffs,
Mhm.
right? We've seen this in tech, especially over the past like couple of years. Like I do believe that they overhired a lot of staff in like before 2023, and then now like Fang and like big tech companies.
What is Fang?
Fang is your Facebook, Amazon, Apple, uh, Netflix, Google.
I thought you were gonna say Napster. Sorry.
Napster. Yeah. Well, technically, like Facebook became Meta, so now there's another thing called Manga. But like, I don't.
That's dumb.
That's pretty stupid. No offense to whoever created that.
I'll offend them.
But like, so these people are the actual grunt of being laid off, right?
Mhm.
And there was like a there was like a bunch of papers that they published on, especially in finance. I think around a third of Goldman Sachs first year analysts got cut off, like just completely severed. Same with Scotiabank, a lot of layoffs in their global offices.
So now for
So
you who may want to work in like that field or a field like that,
yeah.
how do you go about navigating that as you're about to finish up in school?
Well, now my competition is the people that got laid off,
Yeah.
and if they are going to be applying for entry level jobs with, that many years of experience, what do you think a company is going to try to like? They're going to try to like lowball them, right?
Mhm.
Because you're getting the value of 3 to 5 years of experience for the salary of like a first year, like a new grad position, right? So it puts the company at a great advantage. They're getting a lot of talent for cheap. But that means that the new grads, us included, we have to compete with the people that have been in they've been in the skin for like years.
Mm-hmm.
And college as a whole now is no longer the center of innovation as it used to be, because I don't think, at least like most like schools, um, I don't think they're well fitted to adapt to like a turbulent job market like
Why do you
this.
say that?
Because a lot of the course load is either it's very theoretical or it was based on a lot of assumptions from like previous years, right? Like stuff like, you know, um, like there's like this like financial concept called like weighted average cost of capital. This is just like an example, right? But it's like you learn about like very like surface level like finance concepts, but to an employer, like they don't really care if somebody is like educated. They more care like, can you bring profit, right? Can you like, as soon as you start, can you start like driving revenue? The problem is that a lot of people like our age right now, um, employers, they don't like to hire Gen Z workers, mainly because they think they're hard to work with, or they think their attention span is too low, or like Gen Z is like a very convenient scapegoat, right? Like it's just a problem with kids nowadays. That's not true. I've seen a lot of people here at UBC extremely talented.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like so much so that they should be like starting their own like and businesses. Exactly. Few of my friends, there's one of my friends in Fidel. He started his own like business after graduating, and a lot of my friends have now tried to
Is that something you would want to
freelance.
do?
In an ideal world, I would, but starting a business in Canada from scratch is already
Tell me about it.
yeah, it's pretty. It would be helpful to relocate,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, it's like that shouldn't be the end all be all, right?
Yeah,
Entry level jobs are meant for people
and it's like not everyone
that
needs to start a business because it's a
exactly.
different mentality and a different skill set. Like,
It's
yeah,
hard. It's like
yeah.
it's not something that like you just wake up one day and you just like decide you want to do it without like thoroughly planning it out.
Yeah.
So
I think this is also why the influencer job is so attractive
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
going
us
back to
because
exactly.
that.
like we know that entry level jobs are non-existent
Mm-hmm.
practically, and careers are becoming so such a pipe dream in a way.
Yeah.
So now the focus is more on the job rather than a long-term career.
Exactly.
And but the interesting thing about the US versus like India, I would say, is the influencers in India stay in school, whereas people in the US still are more likely to drop out or just not go to college.
And it's like and this is like even in Canada, being an influencer is not the same as being in the United States,
Yeah.
which is something that we've experienced here. Is like no matter how well you do, like like Facebook, for example, Instagram doesn't pay in Canada.
Yeah.
You have to get outside sponsorships.
Yeah.
Same thing with TikTok. They don't have a creator program in Canada.
Yeah.
So you're already at a disadvantage in this country, which we can change the laws. Hey, Marcus Carney. My name is Ross Oteri, and this is a plea to you.
This
Currently.
is an open letter.
Yeah, this is an open letter from us here at Valenoff Media and Who Is with Ross Oteri. Fix it, please. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like, it seems like it would be very stressful.
Mhm.
To
Yeah,
com-
for sure.
To compete with, you're cooked.
I don't know, man.
You're,
I mean,
you're kind of cooked, huh?
I guess. I mean, if there's anyone that's like listening to this pod right now,
I get.
who,
Hey,
like,
now's a great time.
Yeah, like-
yeah.
listen,
I just spoke to Marcus Carney. Who do you want to talk to?
like whatever you identify as, right? Like, regardless of who you are, I get that it's cooked, but like right now all we have is each other, and I think there's a solidarity in being cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We're all just eggs in a pan.
there's a word for it, right? There's like
Gallows humor.
I don't know, like shared misery or something. I don't know the word exactly.
We're
But it's like-
commiserating
Yeah,
together.
yeah, like we're in this together, and I guess don't feel like you're by yourself, because chances are there's someone out there that's this exact same opinion, and they decided to get on a podcast to
Mm-hmm.
broadcast it to the world.
And the revolution is coming soon.
It will not be televised. It will be
Mm-mm.
broadcasted on
Mm.
Twitch.
That is a semi-hopeful message that I think the people need to hear.
Yeah.
Aditya Chatterjee, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yep. I'm very pleased to be here.
That's our episode for today. Solidarity, Marcus Carney, and whoever's listening.
This has been a Valinov production. Who Is with Ross Oteri is recorded at CITR 101.9 FM on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. The podcast is hosted and produced by Ross Oteri, executive produced by me, Maydha Sood, edited by Sultan Sukarai, with graphic design by Heath Johnson, incidental music by Sean Henry Ikpa, and theme by Ethan Goring. We'd love to hear your story. Fill out the guest intake form and you too may be featured on the show. Bye.